looks like we are live. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero with another weather podcast video. For today, we're going to talk about, again, the 7-day forecast and what my thoughts are with any kind of winter outlook just for a little bit. An update on the drought. We did have a lot of rain yesterday, and did it help? I'll talk a little bit about that as well today. And if you notice the lighting looks a little bit different, that's because with the time change now, it has gotten much darker. So that's something, if you like the darkness, it is nice, but however, if you like the nice sunlight, which I do all day long, it's a little bit of a change and it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. So starting off with the weather podcast, 7-day forecast, for the next few days, it's going to be a little bit, I should say, unusually warm. We are going to see temperatures in the 50s, maybe even getting up into the 60s in some areas. Saturday looks like it's going to be a fine day to start out with, but then going into Saturday night, a chance of some rain or showers returns overnight Saturday into Sunday. Sunday, it's going to be cold again once a cold front makes its way through. We're only going to see temperatures maybe in the 40s, so we're going to see showers and rain, or periods of rain for Sunday, but it's going to be in the 40s, so it's going to be that cold rain like we had yesterday. So speaking of that rain, we did see quite a bit. I'm going to switch over here, first talking off with the drought to one of my other cameras. We're looking still in the tri-state region, in this orange area. That orange is indicating a severe drought, which we are still in a severe drought. However, I looked up some of the climate totals from yesterday. Let me pull up my notes here. Let me zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see that right here. So Islip picked up half an inch, and that's about it. That's because it was Long Island's a little bit too far east of where we saw the majority of the rain. However, look at Newark. Newark picked up 2.79 inches of rain, which did break an all-time rain record for that particular day. We take a look now at Central Park, which is a little bit further east than Newark. It's 1.81 inches. White Plains is seeing 1.56 inches. And then Bridgeport, we are seeing only 0.78 inches of rain. However, at Bridgeport, that did break a record for yesterday. And then that's on the left column here. If we look at the right column, these are the drought totals for the year since January 1st. It looks like the biggest drought is still at White Plains at a little over 11.5 inches of a rain deficit. If we look at Central Park in Newark right there, last week when I was talking, we were seeing around 10 inches of a rain deficit. So with the over 2 inches at Newark and almost 2 inches of rain we saw at Central Park, that did help the drought. It didn't completely alleviate it because we still are a little over 8 inches of a rain deficit, but it definitely did help. And the lowest drought looks like at Bridgeport, even though they didn't see too much rain, it did break the record, as I mentioned, and they're only at a little over 5 inches of a rain deficit on the year. So we do need some more rain. It looks like we'll be getting a little bit more come this Sunday with a bit more shower activity. However, going into this winter, I was mentioning this a couple of weeks ago that we are going to have, from what it looks like in terms of the Farmer's Almanac, which is based on astrology, but also based on some more long-term forecast models, and the Climate Prediction Center, it looks like we're going to have a wetter type of winter. Now, wetter in the Northeast means a snowier type of winter because the temperatures are only going to be about average and maybe a little bit below average. So the cold temperatures that we would typically see with winter and wet conditions will bring in some snow. That has to do with the jet stream. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but there's also another indicator that some have also talked about, which is the Siberian snowpack. It looks like the Siberian snowpack, the amount of it this year is indicating the position of the jet stream, which has caused some forecasters to think that we're going to get a little bit of a wetter winter. And that has to do also with La Nina. La Nina and El Nino are patterns around the Pacific, where we're going to see around the equator in the Pacific either cooler than average temperatures, which is a La Nina, or warmer than average temperatures, which is an El Nino. The La Nina that we are looking at this year would bring in some snowier conditions into the northern half of the U.S. So us in the Northeast, we're probably going to see a little bit of a snowier winter. I'm not giving exact totals yet. Within the next couple of weeks, I'll talk about what we normally would see and what we may see with a snowier winter. So this is meteorologist Andrew Pinero with another weather podcast signing off. Have a great day, everyone. If you do enjoy the night as it is outside, get outside right now. It's not too bad outside, not too breezy. It's very nice. So have a great week, everyone, and I will see you again next week.